It sounds like contingency plans are being put into effect should Rodgers not sign by the draft. Now, are they giving him a deadline? That's unclear. But a report says that if Rodgers is unsigned entering the draft, the Steelers may consider Ty Simpson at 21. Now, obviously, people are speculating, oh, this is the Steelers' way of telling Rodgers without calling him and telling him, hey, bro, you got 10 days, decide. You know, poop or get off the pot, or we're moving in another direction. We got Will Howard. Maybe we go after draft Ty Simpson, but we need a decision from you. I assume you'll probably agree with that, right?
Well, I think when you get into the Aaron Rodgers business, he's going to disappear in the offseason. And if you can't figure that out, then that's really a Steeler issue. I mean, Aaron's not doing something that he hasn't done multiple times. So I've always said Aaron, you know what you get with Aaron. He's going to make your offense smarter. He made the Steelers' offense smarter, fewer turnovers, much better in the red zone. He's not the athlete he once was, but can still sling it. But you're not going to get this devoted off-season. He's newly married. And that's, again, when you acquire people, what's the odometer say? You know, I don't blame Aaron for taking time off. It's multiple years in a row doing this. That's more on the team that acquires him. So he made them better. He deserves credit for that. I thought he had a better year than most of your analytics said, but I don't think the answer is Ty Simpson. I mean, again, Pittsburgh could certainly draft Ty Simpson. I don't think he's ready to play in the NFL, but I didn't think Jackson Dart would be as good as he is.
Let's say the Ravens make that kick in Week 18, and the Ravens make the playoffs, and the Steelers miss. Is there this much of a hullabaloo about Aaron Rodgers coming back? Oh, we need him back. Whether you missed the playoffs, you know? And by the way, they got to the playoffs, and they got buried at home. I mean, embarrassed by the Texans. So I think the Rodgers hype from last year, he was fine.
Okay, we get it. You're a Jets fan and you feel burned by Aaron Rodgers, and so that now has to color every single take about Aaron Rodgers for the rest of history. Well, I got news for you. The players absolutely love Aaron Rodgers, and from the Steelers, we're literally talking about, we got to be better for Aaron. He's an awesome teammate and we want him back. So, I'm going to go with what they say over anyone else because they actually are on the team and actually know Aaron and play with Aaron. But, hey, that's just me. I know I'm a little crazy. But, listen, this whole story doesn't really make sense for multiple reasons. For multiple reasons. If you're interested in drafting Ty Simpson, then that means you can't be really that you can't feel that good about Will Howard then. Okay. And so, there was a lot of talk about like, oh, Will Howard and he can sit behind Aaron and this that. And it's like, well, then if you're going to draft Ty Simpson, then not. But, if you think, well, hey, Ty Simpson is actually just a great quarterback and so, we feel good about Will Howard, but we actually feel even better about Ty Simpson. Well, then go draft Ty Simpson. And if you think Ty Simpson is actually just a great quarterback, whether Aaron Rodgers is going to stay or not, then go draft Ty Simpson. If you reach the conclusion that Ty Simpson is a quarterback that you can have a ton of success with, which there is great arguments for that, by the way. It's not just Dan Orlovsky. And by the way, Orlovsky's awesome. For those of you that want to bash Orlovsky's evaluation, but well, he stepped out of bounds. Yes, great. Again, I always say this because it bears repeating cause everyone always wants to make fun of Orlovsky for stepping out of bounds. What was his career like in the NFL? What was Andy Reid's? What was Bill Belichick's? What was Sean McVay's? What was Leon Cohen's? What was Mike McDonald? Like, what were any of their careers in the NFL? What was Shanahan's career in the NFL? Man, these guys didn't even play in the NFL. So, we can stop with that nonsense. That is like doesn't ever make any sense. Orlovsky knows what he's talking about. But, so does Greg Cosell. And Greg Cosell was praising Ty Simpson as well. So, if you think Ty Simpson is a legitimate quarterback and you can get him in a draft that not a lot of people are necessarily drafting quarterbacks where they don't see the value, then go out and get him. And you know what? Then pay Aaron Rodgers whatever he wants and have Ty Simpson sit behind one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. That is worth $30 million. That is worth $40 million. A one-year deal to be like, buddy, we're going to pay you this money, but you better be the best mentor to Ty Simpson. Will you do that for us? And he'll say, yep, I'll do it. And because then it becomes a no-brainer to me. So, no matter how you kind of shape the story, it doesn't really make sense. 'Cause RST off, if you were interested in Ty Simpson, then do it in the shadows. You know, do it behind the scenes. Don't put that out there. 'Cause everyone's trying to figure out like, well, do you want Ty Simpson? Do you not? And if you really do believe in him, trade up. Make your moves. And again, pay the money for Aaron. Having Ty Simpson sit behind Aaron Rodgers is worth its weight in gold. Coaching and being mentored and learning from a great like Aaron is you can't even put a price on it. You truly can't. We can pretend all we want that stuff doesn't really matter or that it's overrated. It's not. It's not. Being around greatness, you'll learn a lot. You learn a lot. It's the way it works, man. That's the way it works. So, no matter what the situation is, if you genuinely believe in Ty Simpson, this is a perfect draft that you'll be able to go out and get him. Where maybe next year's draft could be quarterback heavy, but it'll be a lot crazier, a lot more competitive. This could be a situation where, hey, you can actually get a genuinely great quarterback to take over for your franchise. 'Cause again, if Aaron Rodgers is like, well, I'm going to sign. I want to be here. Then they're not going to draft Ty Simpson. Then they're just going to forego that. Trust your evaluation. If you believe Ty Simpson is a legitimate, genuine, great starter in the NFL, then go get him. Go get him. And I would still say and still keep Aaron Rodgers. Do a 1-year $30 million. Whatever the contract ends up being. And it's going to be you're paying for his production on the field and literally your future quarterback who ideally, think about it. You're setting it up so your future quarterback for the next 10, 15 year, whatever the timeline is, gets to sit for a year and learn behind Aaron Rodgers. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You understand that is in an amazing situation and a situation that most likely the Steelers will never be in ever again. Most teams are never in that situation. You're never in a situation where you have literally an all-time great quarterback who you can then be like, well, now we drafted our future quarterback for the next 10, 15 years and we're going to be able to have that amazing Hall of Famer, all-time great, all-time legend teach him, show him the ropes. That is an insane luxury to have. That is virtually non-existent. And yet, you could put yourself in that situation. I love that. So, then go do it. But, if you were going to do it, I shouldn't hear about it. I shouldn't know about it. It shouldn't be a story. Well, Steelers may pivot to Ty Simpson. I shouldn't know about that then. I should have no idea. And it shouldn't be if Aaron Rodgers remains unsigned. It shouldn't be an if, either. Even if you want to say, well, if it leaked and this that. Well, it shouldn't be an if. Shouldn't be an either/or situation. Pick your PL. And execute it. Stick with it. You reach the conclusion Ty Simpson is him, go out and get him. Be smart about it. Have him sit for a year. Have him sit behind Aaron Rodgers. Again, I keep saying I know I'm repeating myself because it's such an incredible situation. And if you're actually thinking about pivot if this is all real, then don't try to sell me on Will Howard then, either. Just have a plan. That's the summary of this video. That's the conclusion. That's the final statement. Have a plan and execute it. Stick with it. See it to its finish. I actually love this. Honestly, I really do. I love this. I think it's a great swing. I think it's a great swing. And I don't think it's super high risk because it's not like you have like the 5th overall pick or the 3rd overall pick and you're like, do we really want to draft Ty Simpson 3rd overall? Look who we could get. We could get a Love, or there's all these other guys that we could like really transform our franchise, but we have to pick between that or maybe Ty Simpson. What do we do? That's not the situation you're in right now. That's not the situation that you're in at all. That's a great value pick. Even if you have to trade up a little bit. I think I did the math before and it was like, I forget now off the top of my head, but I was like, maybe you have to move up ahead of the Jets or something. I forget. I might have that reversed where I made the video the Jets where they might have to move up ahead of the Steelers. But, you may have to move up, but it wouldn't be by much. So, yeah. Totally worth it. I actually love it. But, the way how this is being discussed, the way how it's being unpacked, doesn't make any sense to me. But, those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Pittsburgh Steelers and their potential to potentially draft Isaac Simpson? Do you like that move? Do you like that idea? Do you think it should depend on Aaron Rodgers whether he's there or not, or what the story is? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get into some discussions, get into some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're all lucky to be doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.